All right. Hello. For those that don't know me, I'm a Christian, dad, husband, and pro gun Second Amendment supporter. And the following ideas and suggestions on how to deal with the mass shootings currently going on in our country and society are based around that viewpoint. If you don't agree with that viewpoint that I'm coming from, that is your choice, and you can either stop the video now or listen to the rest with an open mind. I hope you choose the latter. You're welcome to voice your opinions and comments below, but please do so in a civil and non-degrading and non-insulting manner, or your comments will be deleted. I'm not here to dictate to anyone, to merely give my viewpoint, as I've been part of several discussions on this subject lately, and these are my opinions at this time of how to deal with this, both in the short, long, and even longer term. First, in the short term, we need to minimize the effectiveness of these individuals. First way to do that is to allow good guys with guns to carry everywhere. Remove restrictions on where a licensed carrier can carry their firearm. This vastly increases the chance of a bad guy being put down quickly, especially if there are multiple armed, concealed, lawfully, legally carrying concealed carriers on the premises that can act at a moment's notice as their own confidence and training allows. I'm in complete support of our law enforcement individuals, but when seconds matter, cops can be minutes away. Also, there needs to be a full and complete media blackout on these mentally deranged people. Our society and our national and world news spread their faces all over the world and give them their 15 minutes of fame or infamy. Stop it. I'm all for let the maybe local news outlets or whatever let people know that, hey, don't go in near building X, something's going down. But there needs to be a complete media blackout. Do not give these people their 15 minutes of fame or infamy, so that the idea becomes less appealing to the next individual when they aren't going to get their fame or their notoriety or, contribute to their cause, whatever is in their sick, twisted minds. Longer term past that, we need increased focus and even increased funding on mental health problems. Let's help these people that they're having self-destructive or violent thought processes. Put programs in place that they can get the help they need so that they never reach the mental state of thinking that killing mass people in a short amount of time is a good idea. Don't, help them to keep from getting that far. Also, our existing background check system needs to be not supplemented, not added to, but fixed. In the case of one of the past active shooters, there was a case of where they had a violent record in their past role in the military. That agency, that branch, never filed the appropriate paperwork, and the record never made it into their civilian record, so that when they went to legally fill out a form 4473 that everyone has to do to legally purchase a firearm, and that background check was run, it was approved because their violent past was not in the record because someone had forgotten to file whatever appropriate report. Or in the case of the Parkland shooting, the record of violence was in their juvenile history. And so therefore, when they went to purchase a firearm as an adult, that violent record from their juvenile past didn't show up, and they were allowed to legally purchase a firearm that they never should have been able to, much less were in the right mental condition to be able to, because they hadn't gotten the mental help they needed to get through the thought processes that were contributing to their violent behavior. I also know of a gun store owner friend of mine that is not only an owner but a manufacturer who has stacks of 4473s that were denied because when they were ran, it found out people had committed a felony by lying on a federal form in order to try to illegally purchase a firearm, and they were caught. But no one ever followed up on those to check on these people that were trying to illegally purchase a firearm. We need to fix our current systems, not add more that do nothing but infringe upon law abiding gun owners. Also, as to the actual root causes of these issues and the societal issues that contribute to this behavior and this tendency, I believe, goes back for the fact that for far too long now, as a society, we've gone away from personal responsibility and biblical lessons and teachings. That's resulted in a lost generation, for lack of a better phrase. If people are depressed or mentally ill, instead of helping them get the help they need to deal with the issues and get down to the root cause, they just pile on more drugs. It's not the solution. As a society, we tend to stress out over material bullshit like paying the bills, getting the latest phone, driving the latest car, whatever it may be. We need to, instead of having our focus on, looking good for the people, for the neighbors, or having the latest whatever, we need to renew our focus on God and living our lives not for personal satisfaction, but for eternal peace and satisfaction. As a man of strong Christian faith, I spend time reading in the Bible daily and studying Scripture to help me in my growth as a Christian, as a dad, as a husband, as a friend, as a member of society. And it always amazes me and impresses me how many biblical lessons and truths come down to the simple concept of, to be happy, replace worry and stress with faith and love in God. I truly believe that if we could get back to a more godly, a more biblical focus in this world, there would be much less evil and strife, because our focus would not be on ourselves, but on the Lord and upon our fellow man, and living a happier life, more focused on each other than ourselves. I hope this is given, whether you agree with my suggestions or not, I hope this is at least giving you something to think about, topics for discussion. I welcome discussion. Like I said, just keep it civil. I hope everyone has a very happy day and a very, very blessed weekend. God bless, and be good to each other.